But what would you say to that policy? If you took something like Patrick Henry, who's a founding father, he said that freedom shouldn't be purchased at the price of chains or slaves. And what that means essentially is that we shouldn't just have a passivity policy the whole time, right? And we shouldn't just concede territory, because what that ends up doing ends up in world darkness, right?
I completely agree. Yeah, we should not just concede territories. Right. When somebody's coming, you can't negotiate with someone who's coming to kill you. You just can't do it. Yeah. What, are you gonna half kill yourself, cut your arms, legs? You can't negotiate with such people.
But there is a balance, right? Between standing
balance?
up. Yeah.
If somebody's coming to kill you, either defend yourself and you risk killing them,
but there's a difference
or you die.
No, but here's the thing: is that there's a difference between, in my mind, coming to kill you and coming to claim your land. Right? One is very different to the other. Destruction of life or property, to me, is the ultimate.
So you want
crime.
all the Ukrainians to simply flee for their lives and leave Ukraine?
I would suggest, some might suggest, not me, right, I'm playing devil's advocate, but some might suggest that a more humanitarian option would be for them to reevaluate diplomatically and politically a peace treaty and not risk losing lives, and concede the land and concede their homes for a time.
What if I told you that there's already been a bunch of peace treaties with Russia that Russia has violated every time?
Go on.
Yeah, like the two Minsk agreements.
Yeah.
We've already spoken. There were discussions with Russia that Ukraine would not.
I'm really going to go in a sec. But
that's fine.
Finish last point.
Look, basically the agreement was this.
No, I agree.
Like
but
this.
I'm saying the way to solve the issue might not be all-out warfare and death and destruction on the streets of your country. It might be
running away. Every Ukrainian running
away, but diplomatic. And
but diplomatically, okay.
What would you say to that?
It's complete nonsense, man. Who's gonna accept 40 million Ukrainians just moving out of Ukraine? Nobody will accept them. We would be bums all over Europe.
Million. Most people are, people are.
I mean, it's not now. It used to be 40 million.
So the issue is
40 plus, actually.
You think the issue is about the consequences of mass migration?
What?
Dude,
this is not a realistic solution. When a country gets attacked, it's not realistic to say that every single person in a country with many millions like Ukraine, it's not realistic to say that every single person is just going to leave and move elsewhere. You could evacuate some people. Like if Ukraine had like 1 or 2 million, maybe everybody could evacuate.
What about giving them the option to?
What option? There is no option. Nobody's giving Ukrainians the option to do so. Nobody's going to accept 40 million people from one day to another just moving in.
No, but Poland might, cross
Poland wouldn't do it. No way. No way. Poland was happy to take a lot of Ukrainian refugees. We're very grateful for that. But they will not take 40 million.
You blame the other countries around.
No, I'm blaming Russia. I'm blaming Russia for attacking Ukraine.
Okay, but you're blaming the reason that the policy that I suggested couldn't happen isn't because of anything domestically within Ukraine. It isn't to do with their laws or anything. You're suggesting that the reason is because people wouldn't accept them.
People wouldn't accept them. Look, if somebody's
children, they accept the women and children.
They accepted the women and children.
Why wouldn't they accept
a lot of women and children, not every woman and child.
No, true. But why wouldn't I think that from how I felt on the ground at the time when the first war broke out, I think that any Ukrainian, regardless of their gender, would have been accepted into not only Britain but across Europe at the time. I think that was a unilateral.
That's what you feel like.
Well, that's the feeling that I got. Yeah.
I mean, you're free to have whatever feeling you want to have. Honestly,
but you don't think that was a feasible option?
I think the whole argument is completely nonsensical. Russia has invaded Ukraine. Russia has been destroying Ukraine for a very long time. And your point, you look at me with a straight face and you tell me, okay, why don't all of you, every single Ukrainians, 40 plus million of Ukrainians, just move out of Ukraine?
No, I'm saying, why is it not an option for the people in the country?
Why don't Ukrainians just grow wings and fly away from Ukraine? It's not an option because it's impossible. That's why it's not an option. It's not impossible. Dude, who's gonna accept 40 plus million people just moving in like that? How are they gonna take care of them? Where are they gonna be housed? What are they gonna be eating? Who's gonna do that? It's just complete nonsense, man. I can't believe you're making this point.
You're you're advocating war. Yeah?
I'm advocating defending Ukraine, defending a country that has always been respecting international agreements against a terrorist state like Russia, who has always been in complete violation of international agreements. Russia has shaken Ukraine's hand in the past and promised peace. And then when Ukraine turned their back, they backstabbed us. That's what happened. That's what I condemn.
Fair enough.
It's as simple as that, man.
Fair enough. Take it.
Nice to meet you. Nice talking.
Yeah.
Enjoy your dinner.